Use commas to separate 3 or more words, phrases, or clauses in a series. A conjunction goes between the last 2 items of a series. An example of conjunctions could be using and, or, but, and nor. And is probably the most common of these conjunctions that we will be talking about today. Here are 2 examples of correct and incorrect uses of commas. Incorrect. The street was filled with angry protesters, shouting spectators, and police. Leaving out the last comma makes it look like the police were shouting too. Here's the correct usage. The street was filled with angry protesters, shouting spectators, and police. It makes it clear. Now we know that the street was filled with all 3 types of people. The commas between these items are signals. When you read the list aloud, the commas emerge as breaths. Charlie has to buy flashlight batteries, butter cookies, ice cream, and cake. That, of course, was very exaggerated, but if you listen to yourself while you're reading it, you'll notice that you do pause or take a breath in between each of these items in a series. Try it yourself. Charlie has to buy flashlight batteries, butter cookies, ice cream, and cake. Did you notice yourself taking a breath or making a pause in between those items? You need commas between each item on the list, with one important exception. The comma in front of the word "and" is optional. Why? Because when you say "and," you've already separated the last 2 items. But if you want to throw an extra comma there, you're welcome to do so. It's your choice. I would personally prefer that you throw that extra comma in there so that I know you understand that it should be there. It's just optional. Never put a comma in front of the first item on the list. For example, Charlie has to buy, comma? No. Charlie has to buy flashlight batteries, butter cookies, ice cream, and cake. It's also right to say Charlie has to buy flashlight batteries, butter cookies, ice cream, and cake, leaving that optional comma in there. Now this is right, but it's really not a good idea. Charlie has to buy flashlight batteries and butter cookies and ice cream and cake. I don't think so. Let's try some of these exercises together. We'll insert any commas where they belong, but if one is correct, we'll just write a C on the line outside. Number 1, fishing, snow skiing, and scuba diving are my favorite sports. They wanted to ride horses, go hiking, and explore the cave. Notice I keep putting the commas in before the word "and," our conjunction. Our reading list includes books by Gary Soto, Julia Alvarez, and Amy Tan. Where do the commas go in number 4? Try it on your own. Hopefully you answered. The 4 principal islands of Japan are Honshu, Shikoku, Kyushu, and Hokkaido. Now try number 5. It reads, photographers, reporters, and tourists got off the plane. Where do the commas go? Photographers, reporters, and tourists got off the plane. Number 6. An infestation of insects damaged crops, chewed lawns, and harmed fruit trees. Number 7. What do you notice about number 7? Something flashed and sparkled and darted across the sky. If you notice that they use conjunctions and here, you're correct. That means we don't need to use a comma, so technically number 7 is correct without any commas. The ands take the place of that breath or the pause in the sentence. Now for number 8. The grass, trees, and flowers glowed in the evening light. It could sound very confusing to someone if we didn't have any commas in there. What are grass trees? It sounds better if we say the grass, trees, and flowers glowed in the evening light. Number 9. We had a telephone, electricity, and even hot water in our cabin. What's a telephone electricity? Well, it shouldn't read like that. It should read, we had a telephone, electricity, and even hot water in our cabin. And finally, for number 10, this restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Of course you said, this restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Excellent work, everyone.